So let's go back to the start. Let's just start over. All right. We got the Road to the Final promo, which celebrates cards from clubs that are in the European tournaments knockout stages, and these cards will upgrade all the way to the final. And ideally, every club who is in the knockout stages for these tournaments should be having a card because you can never say never, and that's the beauty of European football, right? A couple of years ago, we had that Road to the Finals Alejandro Gomez card that was 86, 87 rated at the start, and everybody was like, Atlanta are like at the bottom of the group, and they have no chance left. Like, road to the final? What do you mean road to the final for them? And then Atlanta ended up going like all the way to the semifinals. Like that was the first year we saw Atlanta really show us the caliber of football that they could play, and it was beautiful. And that Gomez card was all the way up to 19, 91 rated, and it was beautiful. And that's why I feel like every team, no matter their standing, no matter their stature, deserves a card. But I don't suppose we're gonna see all of them. But we're gonna like discuss what we have today with our guest here. So, Anike, let's start with the UEFA Europa Conference League, and we have one of our favorites of all time.
The
We've
five-star,
got
five-star
Yus.
man. Was he four-star, five-star? Yeah.
Well, right now he's 4 star, 5 star, but at some point he's gonna get a 5 star,
Yeah.
5 star. You just know he is. Yusuf Atal from OGC Nice. We got he can play right back, he can play right mid, he can play wing back, he can play CDM, he can play striker, he could play in goal if you really wanted him to. You know, he can play everywhere. Yusuf Atal's card, as always, every FIFA is one of the best like meta cards you could get. If you've done the Thuram SBC, he links perfectly, and we love to see that. 91 acceleration, 90 sprint speed, high 80s positioning, 80 rated shooting, very good passing outside of, accuracy, middle end dribbling with like decent reactions and good composure in 85. Very good physicals outside of strength, so that's one area where I would boost him. So give him an anchor, give him that strength boost, that defensive awareness boost. Like, whew, I would love to see this card get upgraded. So, Anike, what's your verdict on Nice's chances in the Conference League? Like, how far do you think they're going to go? Like, let me pull up the upgrade path for these cards. I don't think I have it
hmm
set up here. I'm going to, like, set it up in the background while you talk, right? So, tell
Yeah.
us, what do you think
So
about Nice's chances in Europa Conference League
Conference
this
League,
year?
yeah. So you have to remember the Conference League's the third tier of European football. Nice have been like really inconsistent all season. They've had a change in manager. They're seventh in league on right now, and the results have picked up of late. And one thing to note is that they are directly through to the round of 16. And I think I think you fancy Nice in a lot of these games. I think the biggest threat would probably come from teams like Lazio and Villarreal and probably West Ham United. But I think Nice have a really good chance to get to probably say the quarterfinals, and I would say you could assume there's at least say between 1 and 3 wins there probably. So you can say anywhere between 88 and a 90 rated card for Atal.
Really? Like, you think he's going to go that far?
Yeah, because the Conference League is the third tier, right? So you don't have too many quality teams there. So it's
All
mainly
right.
the biggest threat is Lazio. Lazio is if they play Lazio, it's probably over. But then I back them. I mean, they could Villarreal is the other team, West Ham's another team, but like they could still pull up trees against these teams as well. And then after that is genuinely cannon fodder. You have teams from outside the top five leagues, outside the top 10 leagues even, who are still in the competition. So yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah, there's teams like Cluj and I think there's a team from Malta. I think Sheriff is still in the Conference League. There's still a lot of
Sheriff is
weaker
still
sides.
here, like after their like standings in the Europa League, like they came third.
I think yeah, they came third. I saw a tweet regarding the Conference League and how I think there's
Huh.
somewhere between 10 and 12 nations represented in the Conference League, and there's some really small nations which are represented. So yeah, I think Nice again. I feel like on the lower end, if they get a good draw, they could easily get to the quarterfinals. Maybe beyond that, who knows?
Well, all right then. Huh. That's actually like a very good path for them. Like, all right. So I'm pulling up the upgrade path image right now, and yeah, right. All right. Let me pull the tab up. and we should be able to see this here. All right, can you guys see it in the stream? Can you guys see the upgrade path here? All right, so if they win the first knockout game after campaign launch, right? So, what are Nice's fixtures right now? Who's Nice playing next?
They don't have a
Knockout
fixture
game.
yet
Okay,
because
so
they're
they're gonna
actually
be
split to the round of
okay.
16. Yeah.
So we're gonna be waiting a while for his first upgrade. Sorry. So if he wins the first knockout game after campaign launch, like whoever they get in the round of 16, he gets a +1. If they qualify for quarters, he gets a +1 again. And then if they qualify for semis, he gets a +1. So that if Nice makes semis, he gets to be a 90 rated card, +3s or +4s all around, and he gets 3 more traits. What is it? Like, he already has the outside the foot shot trait. Like, oh, excuse me, alhamdulillah. But wow. So yeah, I think I know who I'm rooting for in the conference league. All right, all right. So let's go like up a notch. We go into the Europa League, road to the final cards, right? So we go start with the weakest one in the link that I see, Bryce Mendez from Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
And he's a cam. He can play right mid, right wing in game. 4-star, 3-star, medium, left footed. 83 acceleration, 83 sprint speed, decent shooting, decent passing, a low balance, but high reactions, high composure, high dribbling. He looks like a center mid. Yeah, he looks like a good center mid to me, rather than a cam or like a wide player. Like if I gave him a catalyst, nah, engine maybe. Nah, anchor. Yeah. See, he looks much better as a center mid. And I'm not sure what his objective is. Let's check out the objective for Bryce Mendes, because I know he's not in the weekly objective. That is Moments Donny van de Beek, which finally I think he deserves an appearance somewhere. You know, might as well be in FIFA for when he played. All right, I don't see where he is. I don't see where he is. Like he's supposed to be in an objective. Uh, is he part of the Van de Beek objective? I'm not sure. Is he part of the cups? Oh, he is. If you play 16 matches in the life friendly, the road to the final, last 16 cup with minimum one road to the final, road to the knockouts players, you get a Bryce Mendes. All right, so 16 games in a cup that you should be playing anyway, because like you get good rewards. All right, so you're gonna unlock him basically for nothing. If you do, he's best played as a center mid. Now, here's if we should or shouldn't be throwing him straight into an SBC. And okay, tell us about Real Sociedad's, like how are they looking in the Europa League?
They've
They
done
topped
really
the group against Man
United. Yeah,
United, I remember.
yeah. They topped the group against United. They even beat them at Old Trafford. There was a dodgy call, but they did top that group with United.
Yeah.
And in La Liga, there's their breath of fresh air. Actually, a lot of the teams like Sevilla and Atletico Madrid, don't have uh, a style worthy of the name. But you look at teams like Real
Yeah.
Betis and Real Sociedad. We're going to get into Miranda, but talking about Bryce Mendes, uh, Real Sociedad are doing really well in La Liga, and I genuinely think, again, there's 4 or 5 teams in the Europa League that are really good. 2 of them are probably insane, but
All
again,
right.
Real Sociedad are the kind of team could put up a match against anyone genuinely. So again, I'm looking at maybe a quarterfinal for them. I think that's as far, not as far, but I'd say that's a realistic expectation for
So
Real Sociedad. Yeah,
we should be looking at least at an 88 rated Mendes. Like they.
yeah. I don't
Oh
think that.
no, but the
I'm
thing
not sure if
is,
that would still cross it.
they have to win a game. Oh well, I mean, if they're gonna qualify for quarters, they're gonna have to win one of their
Yeah,
games.
exactly.
Hopefully, if it's 2-0 wins and then a penalty shootout, I don't think that counts.
Mm,
But
yeah,
oh no. Oh, okay. I misread this. All right. It's not win one of the knockout game. It's win the
the first
first
one. Yeah,
knockout game
correct.
after campaign launch. All right. So the first round of 16 games. So it's going to be depending on their matchup whether or not Bryce Mendes is going to be an 88 or an 87. Because according
Mm.
to Aniket, we should be seeing an 86, an 87, or an 88 rated Bryce Mendes, which is not bad for 16 games played in a cup mode that we want to just do anyway. You know.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. All right, moving up the ladder for Europa League. If we were talking about Spanish teams with style, we've got Real Betis, we've got Miranda. He looks very generic, 89 acceleration, 89 sprint speed. Uh, Very terrible shooting outside of shot power and positioning. Uh, for a fullback, it's not very good passing, man. Like you need better passing, especially if you're going to be doing those long counters. Dribbling's actually pretty good for a fullback. 80 composure is a little bit of a letdown, but that how tall? 6 foot. Yeah, I mean 3 star, 3 star, 6 foot. Defending is not that bad if you're looking for like a budget La Liga left back outside of Furlan Mendy. His physicals look good. His defending looks good. Maybe need a shadow for the pace. Nah, give him an anchor. If you do get him, if you do want to play him, give him an anchor, and he looks all right. All right, so Betis. What about them? How are they doing right now?
Before getting into Betis, I can't remember there was a Miranda card that we had in FIFA 20, I believe. It was for Schalke, and that had
Oh,
atrociously bad passing. I just had to pick him because it was a Bundesliga player and I had a Bundesliga squad going. But yeah,
the things we
uh,
do for FIFA.
exactly. But yeah, I think similar to Bryce Mendes, just everything I said for Bryce Mendes, it's the same for Miranda. Only that Real Betis are slightly worse off than Real Sociedad. I think Sociedad
All right.
overall are a bit better. But again, you're looking at, I'd say, round of 16 slash quarterfinal at a push if they get a good draw. But I'd
Mm,
say nothing more than that. You're probably looking at just maybe a +1 or a +2 upgrade at best.
mm. I think we'd be lucky if we see a +1. If I'm
Yeah.
being honest, because Betis are
Again,
really really losing. They're
again
losing their steam. They're losing steam.
They are, but then you've got to remember that they've qualified into the round of 16 directly, and that's for a reason. They topped a group which involved teams like Ludogorets and Roma, for example. So this
Oh,
isn't an
okay.
easy side to play. So
But that's the thing, though. Like, yes, they topped a group and they had Roma in there, but the trajectory this season has been downwards from what
has
I've
been,
seen
yeah,
in the La
definitely,
Liga.
definitely.
Like they've been on a downward trajectory. They started very, very strong, and
Hmm.
then they've been just dipping and dipping and dipping. And
Yep,
I don't have a lot of hope, so maybe an 87 from Miranda.
probably something.
Yeah. All right. Moving up a little bit better. the the Europa League Masters. If there is a
Yeah, you
team
say
you
that.
should back, if there is a team you would ever back. What Real Madrid is to the Champions League, Sevilla is to the Europa League, and nobody can take that away from them.
Honestly,
Nobody can take that away from them. They are the Real Madrid of the Europa League, man. Sevilla have a history of mastering this competition no matter what odds are stacked against them. And now
hmm
we have one of the FUT favorites, Tottenham Hotspur, Tottenham Hotspur golden boy, Eric Lamela. He's got a right wing card, he can play right mid, he can play cam. High work rates, left footed, 4 star, 3 star. 89 acceleration, 86 sprint speed. It's not too bad for a cam. He's got good shooting, like 84 positioning, might let him down a little bit. Good shot power, good long shots, good positioning, decent finishing, very good passing, like 88, 88s all around. Long passing is a little low. Curve is 90, which is very good. He's got very, very good dribbling with 91 ball control, 91 dribbling. Composure is a little low. 82 would let him down a little, but 91 aggression with 78 strength and 88 stamina. Um, let's give him a hawk. Oh, that looks good. Marksman. Architect. Where's my where's my lengthy juice? You know what? You know what? Call me crazy. He looks good with an architect. As a cam, does he have the outside foot shot trait? Does he have the outside the foot shot trait? Oh, he has finesse shot. He doesn't have outside foot shot, but he does have flair. He's just one of those cards that just looks a little bit off. Looks a little bit off. But you put an engine on him, you put a hawk on him, architect on him. Boost. I would boost his physicals, but you could just boost his dribbling like crazy, and boost his passing, and he looks like a very decent cam just the way he is. Now let's talk about Sevilla's chances in the Europa League. I know we talked them up big, being Europa League legends, but
yeah.
even legends have their time.
I think
So what are they
the
looking
one
like
thing
right
that
now?
kind of puts me off with this Lamella car is just that it's that 3 star weak foot. So like, doesn't matter how much it increases, it just feels like that 3 star's always
Yeah.
going to let him down. But
It would be
yeah,
different if he had, the outside the foot shot trade where
yeah,
like he
exactly.
doesn't need his weak foot.
Exactly. The combination of the two, and that does
Yeah.
hinder him a lot. But yeah, you spoke about Sevilla just being the Europa League kings. The difference this time is that they're in a genuine relegation dogfight. They're 12th at the moment, and that's because they won their last 2 games. but they're only 4 points off the drop zone. Sampaoli's not been doing a good job at all there.
Huh.
And I just want to clarify one thing. They've already won their first leg against PS. I'm kind of contradicting myself here, but they've already won their first leg against
Really?
PSV 3-0. So does that
Huh.
mean he already has a +1? Or how does that work?
No, no, no. Campaign launches today, so the first knockout game after
Oh,
today is what counts.
so
Like,
is it that PSV second leg then?
yes, the PSV second leg will be his first knockout game after
Okay, so
campaign launch.
to be really honest, I don't see them winning that one. One, I just think they're going to play a weakened side.
Oh.
I feel like they're going to play a weakened side because they need to stay up. How
Okay.
severe would it be if they get relegated but still win the Europa League? But yeah, I feel like
It that if that would be the most severe thing to
exactly.
ever happen. That would be the most severe thing to ever happen.
But yeah,
All right.
getting back to this, I don't think they're going to win that second leg. I
Yeah.
think it's just going to be very difficult. PSV is a tough place to
But
go,
do you
and I
think
think they're going to
they?
be resting
But do you
players.
think that they're gonna win? Do you think they're gonna go for the quarter? Like
Um,
they're gonna go to the
Going
quarters?
beyond that, I think quarterfinals is where I think I'd play Sevilla. I mean, I know they have pedigree and stuff,
All
but
right.
after a while, you've got to realize they
If
have
they
bigger
make
fish to fry.
quarters, they're gonna go to the finals. Like this is if they make
I don't see
quarters.
it.
If they do end up making quarters,
I know,
they're
I
gonna
know,
go all the way to the
I
final.
know it's risky to knock back Sevilla, but I just don't see it this time.
Yeah, but like we've been in this place with Spanish teams and European championships. We've been in this place.
Yeah,
We've been here before.
I guess.
We've been here before.
Fair enough. I just think they've just got bigger fish
All
to fry
right.
in La Liga right now.
All right. Um. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to our next one. Let's go to a little bit higher up the ladder when it comes to Europa League cards. Let's go to another FUT favorite, or should I say, not that much of a favorite. Like we've like no disrespect to him, we're just tired of packing him in our upgrade packs, man. We're so tired of packing him in our upgrade packs. Kevin Volland, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Volland. 3-star. We'll find. At least he has a special card that's not a center back this time. Like it could have been worse. It could have been worse. So he's not a center back. He's a striker this time. Can play cam. Can play center forward. 3-star skills. 4-star weak foot. High work rates. He got 86 acceleration, 85 sprint speed. Phenomenal shooting stats outside of penalties. Um, Passing looks good. Passing looks good. 85 short pass, 84 curve, 85 free kicks, 86 vision. Dribbling is actually very well rounded. 82 agility, 85 bounce is not the best, but everybody feels like a truck these days in FIFA, for the most part. High, like good dribbling, good physicals, dude. He looks like a very solid like cam, if I'm being honest. Like give him an engine. Yeah, like he looks like a very good cam. 90 strength, 84 aggression, like high 90s, high 80s passing, high 80s shooting, like near 90 pace. Yeah, dude, like even at this version, even this version of Kevin Volland, if you're running a budget League One side, doesn't look too bad for his price. 3-star skills is a little bit of a letdown with the fact that he has a 4-star weak foot. Like, maybe you could do some things with him. Can he be lengthy? Yes, he can. But he doesn't have the pace though. Like he needs that pace boost. Hawk doesn't do it. Anchor does. So like if you are one of those mad lads, like give him an anchor and play him striker, and that's something that I'd be interested in trying out. Maybe I'll do that one day. But yeah, that's enough about the card. Oh, he's got the outside the foot shot trait too. Yeah, okay, no, he's a decent card. He's a decent card. They've made him a little bit more worth our while. All right, let's talk about AS Monaco in the Europa League. What do you got for us, man?
Just genuinely, just outside of FIFA, if you want a tie to watch in this entire European midweek, it's the Bayer Leverkusen versus Monaco fixture. It's just two of the
Really?
yeah, it's genuinely two of the most exciting teams in Europe right now
Huh.
because both teams struggle defensively. Both teams they score insane amount of goals. Both of them rank really highly for goals per game. And
Okay.
just seeing the tie
All
yesterday,
right.
it ended up 3-2 to Monaco, and
All right.
it's one of the hard ones to predict. It's genuinely so open. They're both horrible, not horrible, but really poor defensively. And I have Monaco
Huh.
going through. and I don't think they'll make it past the round of 16. To be, if I'm really honest, I just think
Oh,
in tournaments like these, I think
okay,
the defense
okay.
really does matter.
Well, that brings us to our very next player, and the SBC for today is Moussa Diaby. Moussa Diaby from Bayer Leverkusen, 88 rated right midfielder. He can play right mid, right wing, left wing, high low work rates, 4-star, 3-star. He is a pace merchant. He's a pace merchant. And how? In their pay, and they're paired up with Monaco. They're paired up with Monaco. 99 acceleration, 96 sprint speed. Shooting, like long shots are bad, volleys are bad, pens are bad, but 80 shot power, 88 finishing, 87 positioning. Passing outside of free kick accuracy is very decent. 85 vision, 83 crossing, 87 short passing. Long passing and curve need a little bit of work. 96 agility, 97 balance, 86 reactions, 92 dribbling, 90 ball control. Composure's a little low at 82. He's very weak, 50 strength, at 73 aggression, but 90 stamina with that dribbling. Let's give him an engine. See where he goes. Alright. Engine gets his passing up to very decent places. 99 sprint speed. We got 99s in agility and balance, 99 in dribbling. He is a pace merchant. Like down that right hand side or that left hand side. Does he have the outside the foot shot trait? Nah, he doesn't have the trait. Alright, but down that left hand side with that left foot, with manually triggered outside the foot shots. He looks really good, but I don't want to commit 90k to him just now because, and simply because, they're playing Monaco. And for him to get an upgrade, they have to beat Monaco to get there. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts about Leverkusen?
Definitely happen. It's just that sort of time that it's just so open. The game's just going to be so open. It can definitely happen. But I just feel like I feel like Monaco, the more experienced side, Javi Alonso's just come in. I feel like it's going to be a tough one. I think Monaco is going to advance, and even if Leverkusen does advance, I don't see them going too much beyond the round of 16. To be honest.
Really? If you think if they win this knockout game and they get to the round of 16, they're just gonna they're gonna crash out? Damn.
Yeah, I do because the one thing that goes against them is that Patrick Schick's been in awful form recently, and defensively they're just not at the races. And
Oh, okay.
it's something that I
So
always
when is
believe
this
in.
game? When is this game? Leverkusen
Monaco is next week, next Thursday.
next third. Oh, wait. Are you saying? Are you sure?
Yeah,
Let me check the date. Because if what you're saying is true, then this SBC is gonna be live after the game ends.
yeah, that's true. It'll be on Friday, I
Leverkusen
believe.
versus Monaco. All right. Oh wait, no. This is the second. That will be the second leg, right? Like Leverkusen lost
Yeah,
yesterday.
exactly,
Oh, okay. So they're going to France. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one.
exactly.
All right, but this card will be live. Okay, well then EA have really given us a chance. Uh, the completion rate of this card will be decided by the game. We can do this 24 hours after the game has ended. Wow, that is just okay
That
then.
just feels so
Okay
weird.
then. Thank you, EA. I think they know how low of a chance he has of an upgrade. So like we're like either take him for what he is, or if he is an upgrade, his completion rate is gonna skyrocket. All right then. All right then. That was a that was a trade and a half. This is a card that I really want in my team. I have a lot of left wingers. I have a lot of attackers. I love this guy in real life so much. Federico Chiesa.
If
He's
only his
got
team was good.
huh?
If only his team was good.
They'll pull through, man. We got Federico Chiesa. He's got 4-star, high medium, right footed. He can play left wing or left mid. 94 pace, the 94 acceleration, 94 sprint speed. He's got good shooting. He's got 89 shot power, 85 finishing, decent passing, like not the best but not the worst. 92 agility, 86 balance, 90 reactions, 88 ball control, 91 dribbling. Excuse me. He's lacking in the strength and aggression department, which is gonna make him a little like tough to play. But out wide, if you give him again, like you give him an engine, say, right? Where is it? Excuse me. If you give him an engine, max out that pace, boost his passing, boost his dribbling. He's not gonna be the pace merchant that Diaby is, but he looks so good, and I have such like real world attachment to him, and I really feel like he's gonna be doing very 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 good. And I just wish that Juve were in a better place than they are right now. And I'll toss it over to you, Aniket. What do you think? What do you think about Juve and their chances in Europa League?
I mean, if they need to go through, they obviously have to win that second game against Nantes because they
Oh,
drew 1-1. So he's
yeah,
if they're going through, he's definitely getting an upgrade. Uh, but
yeah.
and I think it's going to happen. Nantes haven't been really good in Ligue 1. Uh, but again, I just look at Juventus, and if they match up someone like even a Salzburg, for example, if they make it past Roma, I feel like Salzburg could pull off an upset against Juventus. So I
Well,
just
to be fair, the place that Juve are in right now, anybody could pull an
yeah,
upset against
I
them.
just
Nantes are about to like pull an upset against them right now.
probably yeah, that could very well happen. I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't see that 630K price tag that Chiesa has right now.
I mean, well, obviously, I expect this to crash. He was 710 earlier. He's dropped to 630, and I expect him to keep dropping. But
But
I
drop to like
hope
200K,
that
probably 200K, 250K, probably. I don't think that's worth it for a card that's probably going to be 89, 90 max. Not nothing more than that.
no. But if he hits that 91, if he hits that 91, if somehow Juve make it to the semifinals of the Europa League, he is going to be one of the best left wingers in the game. You mark my words.
100%.
You
I can
mark my
agree with that.
words. Like, if they hit semis, this is one of the best cards in the game. And this is why I love Road to the Final so much, because every single one of these cards, like this Miranda and this Lamella and Volland, like these cards, if their teams play well enough for them to reach that level, they're gonna be so good. It's gonna be fantastic to see that, man. I love Road to the Final. Like, I know Fleck. I don't know if it was Fleck. No, I don't think it was Fleck. It was Pekelme on Twitter who was talking about that this promo is a 2 out of 10 right now because of what the cards are, and I agree with him that they could be so much better. But the fact of the matter is that once their teams start winning and these teams start going up and up and up, these cards are gonna be phenomenal, and I love that about Road to the Finals. All right. Hey, Jackie Chelston, welcome to the chat, man. Yeah, we got a face cam now. It's not the best, not the worst. We're gonna fix it a little bit. I don't think you can quite see me just yet, but it's alright. We'll do that later. Who we mind then? I don't know. You could be getting somebody from the Serie A team. I'm getting nobody. I've got 60K in the bag. I'm not buying anyone. All right. Let's go to let's do these two next. We got Ferran Torres from Barcelona and Anthony Martial from Manchester United. They had their game yesterday. It ended up in a very scintillating 2-2 draw, and it's everything to play for at Old Trafford with advantage Manchester United. So let's check out Barcelona's Ferran Torres card first. 4-star, 4-star, high medium, left wing, left mid striker, 90 pace, 93 acceleration, 87 sprint speed, very good shooting stats. 94 positioning, 87 finishing, 86 shot power. Passing is very good. Mid 80s passing. A slap on 90 on all dribbling stats except balance. Oh, but his strength and aggression is low. If his strength and aggression was actually decent, you could play this card at striker and he would play so well. He's 6'2". What does he get with a hawk? Yeah, this card with a hawk at striker as a second striker, I am very, very, very interested in that. I am very interested in that. And people are really sleeping on it. 196K. If they beat Man United, they're like on a straight path to the final, I feel like. If Barca beat Man United, they're not going to stop until they get to the final. And this card, if it goes to the final, so their first knockout game after the campaign launch is going to be against Man United. Then it's qualified for the quarters, semis, final. He's going to have 5-star weak foot. He's going to have +3 upgrade. And he's going to have 3 new traits. Right? If I were to bank on any card, I would throw a punt on Ferran Torres. Like, Manchester United are absolutely flying at the moment. But if Barcelona pull an upset, this card is going to be really, really good. What are your thoughts, man? Like, tell us what you think about Barcelona
I would
going
I
into
would
their Europa League second leg.
I would go the other way. I'd say Martial's the one you'd probably take a punt on because uh I agree with what you said. If they do manage to pull off not an upset, but just a win um, in tough
Mm-hmm.
circumstances against United, then yeah, I would say yeah, go 100%, go all out for
All
this
right.
card because at that point, then they will become second. Basically, the winner of this tie, in my opinion, would be second favorites behind Arsenal. But I do,
Oh,
but I do
it's a
feel at
bold call.
yeah, but I do feel that at this stage, uh, United are favorites to go through just because of what I mentioned
All
earlier
right.
with Gavi and Pedri out and Usman Dembele out, and it being at Old Trafford, and the fact
Oh,
that United played better than Barcelona yesterday, in my opinion. So I'd say
well.
Martial's the better buy right now. But
All right.
but if Ferran makes it, then go all in for him because I do not see a team stopping Barca other than Arsenal, if at all.
Okay. Okay. That's a bold prediction to make. So the next guy we can take a punt on. Well, I mean, with Ferran, you get a punt for 200,000 coins. Martial is 830k right
Oh
now.
yeah, I did not know that.
Martial, 89 rated. Like, Tony Martial is back. Ice cold Martial is back in FIFA, and he's back with a vengeance. 94 acceleration, 91 sprint speed, 88 shooting with 87 positioning, 88 finishing, 92 shot power. His passing is not very good, but he's still got 86 short passing, 93 curve with dribbling, given an overall 93 with 88 agility, 88 balance, 86 reactions, 93 ball control, 96 dribbling, 86 composure with 80 strength. The only thing that's lacking for him is his aggression, which is more than workable given the fact that he has 80 strength, right? Hawk on him, phenomenal striker. Not worth 830,000 coins in my opinion at the 4-star 4-star with the medium low work rates, but like Aniket said before, Manchester United are on fire right now, and they're playing Barcelona at Old Trafford with advantage because not only are they playing well, Barcelona have a whole bunch of disadvantages. So we're looking at an immediate +1 in the upcoming days. But not only that, Manchester United then will have a straight path to the final, unless they get upsets in the way because you can't predict European football. That's the beauty of it. But other than that, we got at least 3 more upgrades and 3 traits for Tony Martial, with his current traits being outside the foot shot trait and finesse shot trait. So like, yeah, there's. I can see why people think 830k on this card is worth it. He's got a lot of potential to upgrade, but everything is going to be decided and everything's going to be to play for in Manchester. All right, let's go to the last Europa League. Road to the final card in one of the best teams, if not the best teams in England right now, Gabriel Martinelli at Arsenal. Left mid, left wing, 4-star, 4-star, high, high, 96 acceleration, 94 sprint speed. He's got good shooting. Long shots, volleys, pens, they're not very good, but 90 finishing, 89 positioning, 82 shot power is more than good enough for like inside the box shooting. He's got 85 short passing. Long passing is very, very bad at 60, 86 curve. And he's got high-end dribbling at 94 agility, 91 balance. He's got 90 heading accuracy as well, including 90 stamina and 85 aggression. Strength's a little bit low. I'll go Hawk again on him to give him that +4 strength. And he looks phenomenal, man. He looks phenomenal. As a left winger, as a striker, like, oh, excuse me. A card that good that I had to burp. 900,000 coins for Gabriel Martinelli, and I feel like it's deserved at the moment. Like, he's 5'10". He's got the outside the foot shot trait, finesse shot trait, and the flare trait. I'm saying trait. And with phenomenal stats, and Arsenal being where they are, like with their league form and just the quality of football that they're playing these days, it's just looking fantastic. What are your thoughts on it?
I said at the start that I feel like this is the standout card of them all for two reasons. One, because
Yeah.
I feel like Arsenal have just been very good, and the card as it stands, even right now, is just looks amazing. So I think there's a lot of room for improvement. The only negative from that point, from Arsenal's point of view, is that they'd be looking to win the Premier League, right? So they're probably going to rest a few players in the Europa League. They wouldn't care as much for the Europa League. So they might have to sacrifice a win here or there. But I still think that overall they are good enough to win the whole thing. So you're looking, if they do that, you're obviously getting a class card, but they might have to sacrifice a win or two along the way just so that they could try and get their hands on the Premier League title.
And that's the crux of it all, isn't it? Is that they won't care for the Europa League. They won't care
Exactly.
for the European football that they're playing. So they're gonna end up they're gonna end up losing all of it for a chance at the Premier League, which they have a very good chance of. They're tied for top with a game in hand. It's still not it's still not off for them.
Not at all. Yeah.
And yeah, but let us just dream for a minute, right? Dream for a minute. If Arsenal win the Europa League, right, and they have a very good chance to do so, +1, +2, +3, +4. So he would be a 94 rated left winger with 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, 3 new traits on top of the traits he already has. Which I'm assuming will be good, because if not, this would be the most useless thing in the world. But I'm assuming, like, since he already has the finish shot trade, flare trade, outside the foot shot trade, he'd get the second wind trait, the power header trait, and just, traits that make cards fantastic. And yeah, so Arsenal, please win. We need you to. All right, I think that's it for the Europa League cards, and now we get to the greatest competition in club football, the UEFA Champions League. And we have more than a few big hitters in here that have a chance to be phenomenal, right? Let's start at the bottom of the barrel. We're scraping bottom of the barrel with Raspadori. Giacomo Raspadori. From Napoli, he can play center forward, striker, cam, or left mid. High-low work rates, 4-star, 5-star, 5-star weak foot on him. 92 acceleration, 85 sprint speed. He's got good shooting, 90 positioning, 89 finishing, 86 shot power. Like, even outside the box, he's fine. He's got 91 short passing, 80 curve, 88 vision. Doesn't have good crossing or long passing. Makes him bad as a wide player, so probably play him centrally. 80. Oh, that's where he's wrong. Good dribbling, like 83 composure, 84 reactions, 92 balance. Like, he's got very good dribbling. That's where he's really let down. 67 strength. 67 strength and 68 aggression. Along with 80 stamina. Oof. He's going to be an interesting card. Very good stats. Missing key physical stats. Like, he's going to be bullied. And he is going to be bullied hard. He's 5'7", so he's probably going to be short. He's probably going to have like a lean body type or something like that. And he's going to move better. So probably there's no point in trying to boost it. At this point, there's no point in boosting. He could boost this by +15. Give him like an architect. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Give him an architect. He looks very good. Probably stick with the architect on him and play him in midfield. But if you want to sacrifice those physicals, I'd go for an engine, boost the dribbling, boost the pace, boost the passing. Maybe go for a hunter and see how he feels. But yeah, he just feels like he's going to be one of those off cards that has very good stats in some places, but not so good stats in others. So even with the boosts, he might not be very effective. But we will see that, you will see that as the week goes on and we get to try out more cards. Aniket, talk to me about Napoli.
Yeah, Napoli just amazing. I think it's common knowledge that they're just the most informed team and probably the best team in world
Yep.
football at the moment.
Uh-huh.
They have Eintracht Frankfurt, which on paper is a favorable tie as well when you look at everyone
Yeah.
else. But I don't think I feel like they'll struggle to win the first leg because away at Frankfurt is difficult. But I do
Yeah.
see them because of how open the Champions League is this year. I feel like they have a really good chance of winning the entire
Hmm.
thing. Because you've also got to remember that they're a million points clear of Serie A in Serie A, so they don't have to really worry about Serie A too much. They could rest players there and worry about the Champions
All
League when it
right.
comes to the crucial stages as well. So I think Napoli are a really, really good bet this year to win the entire thing. Um, but again, like so yeah, the card isn't good to start with, but you can expect like at least a +3, a +2, +3 at on the lower end for Raspadori.
if he gets a +3, he's gonna look so good. He's got the flare trait, so he's probably gonna get the outside the foot shot trait and stuff. With Italy links, Napoli links, Serie A links, dude, I want Napoli to go far, man. And like you said, they've got a very, very good chance.
Amazing,
But
yeah.
right now, this card is not. He's got a lot of things right. He's got a lot of things going, right for him, but a lot of things that don't quite go right for him. Bimo, what do you think of Diaby? Very, very good. And apparently his SBC is gonna be live after the game against Monaco ends next week. So you can see if he's knocked out or not before doing the SBC. So that's a bonus. Um, Raspadori feels nice, but he's weak. Yeah. He looks very nice, feels very nice, but if the wind blows a little too strong, he's gonna fall over, and that's not conducive to anything. All right, let's go up the ladder a bit. Nuno Mendes. Now, we were expecting this card to be a little bit better, given PSG's current state in the Champions League, but here's what we got. We got an 86 rated Nuno Mendes. He can play left back, left wing back, left footed, 3-star, 4-star, high medium, 580,000 coins. Too much for him. But he's got 96 acceleration, 95 sprint speed. He's got shooting for left back, and 91 shot power is very good. He doesn't have the long shots for it, so I don't know how good it's going to do him. But he's going to have good passing. He's going to have good, short passing's good, crossing's good, vision's not all that good. So maybe, he's really let down the passing department. I thought the 80 was going to be better for him, but no. Dribbling is all right for fullback. Defending is in the low 80s. What, 76 strength? He looks terrible. Like, genuinely, he looks terrible. You're much better off with like a Gold Mendy or something. Like, sure, he's got the Liga and PSG Portugal links, which I guess are important, but given the fact that his chances are so low, like, okay, give him an anchor. He's got max pace. He can boost his physicals and stuff. He looks very decent. But they're 1-0 down against Bayern. And their chances aren't all that good. Like, they looked dead until Mbappe came on the other night. So, I don't know how to feel about that. Well, thankfully, we have a Bayern Munich expert with us tonight. So, Anike, talk to me. Bayern versus PSG. What are PSG's chances of winning the next game and going through to the next round of the UEFA Champions League?
I'm trying to be careful what I say about this game because I genuinely don't want to jinx anything. But
Mm-hmm.
given how badly they played in the first leg, PSG, they looked
Uh-huh.
so bad without Mbappe. They just had no threat going forward. But that's the thing, right? They
Uh-huh.
are going to have a fully fit Mbappe in the second leg. So
They are.
I still think that Bayern are favorites to go through overall. Um, but the thing with PSG is that there's a lot of dependency on Kylian Mbappe, and because even Lionel Messi, he's only really he benefits of having Kylian Mbappe play with him because if he's playing as a lone striker or with Neymar
Mm-hmm.
or just the two of them, it's not the same thing, and it all
Yeah.
depends on Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe can win PSG the Champions League. There's no doubt about that. But I just feel like
Yeah.
they just that 1-0 and Bayern being at home is might be a bit too much for them. So I think that 579,000 would kind of put me off with Nuno Mendes as well. So I think
Just a little bit.
yeah, considering all the stats, and I don't think PSG have that great of chances to kind of go all the way or even
They
go.
have a little bit. They have a little bit of something going into the next leg because you're out of center back options.
Yeah, we have
Lucas is out.
Lucas
Pavard is out.
Lacazette out. So it has to be Delict and Upamecano, and probably
So
Mazraoui will
you're.
be back. So yeah,
I mean, maybe you'll play Daily Blind at center back and give Mbappe a chance to run straight at him. You
that
never know.
that is definitely not happening. I do not
Hey,
want to
you
see
never
that.
know.
I love
You don't. You never know.
I love Daily Blind, but I don't have to see Kylian Mbappe with on the foot race with Daily Blind. No, absolutely not.
All right. All right. So moving on. Moving on. Let's just, we've dreamt for everybody. Why not dream for him too? Mbappe is a game changer, and we've seen that time and time and time and again. Like where his whole team could be dead, and he can come up and change the game for himself. And Bayern Munich historically have had a problem with star players. Like they're very good systematically, they can shut down anybody in the world. But if somebody with individual brilliance comes on against them, you seem to crumble. And Cristiano Ronaldo has shown us that year after year after
I
year.
do not need to be reminded of that.
Yeah, so maybe Kylian Mbappe can do for PSG what Ronaldo has done for Real Madrid over the years. You never know. And he definitely showed shades of that in the last game. So let's dream for our Nuno Men's for a bit, right? Let's say in this fantastical scenario, we move past PSG. PSG move past Bayern, right? He gets a +1 in form upgrade, and I think if they win against you, they go to the quarters.
Yep.
So immediately he gets a +2, becomes an 88, right?
Yep.
And that makes his card like infinitely more attractive. And I think that's why his price point is where it is. Like his price momentum is pretty high compared to the other whereas the final cards, which usually at this time of the night keep crashing, you know?
Hmm.
That's why he's a little bit higher. He's a little bit higher now. So yeah, maybe. Everything rests on the shoulders of one Kylian Mbappe.
I prefer not to speak about this stat. I'm generally
Ah,
scared getting into the second leg.
you and every Bayern Munich supporter.
100%. That's what Mbappe does to you, I guess.
Absolutely, man. All right, we're welcoming Alec Roberts. Alec Roberts, welcome to the stream, man. It's totally late to watch, but how's your icon refresh go? I haven't done it yet, mate. I have to craft it. I'm probably gonna like finish qualifiers and play champs, and use the rewards to do that. I gotta do everything really quickly because I don't have the fodder to do that. We're talking about the final cards, what chances they have, and we're talking about everything in between there. BMO, does he have any alts? Diaby can play left mid, left wing, right mid, and right wing. He can play either side of your team, and I feel like he has a better chance to with that. All right, let's go. Next up on our list is Wesley Fofana. Is it Wesley? Yeah, it's Wesley. All right, Wesley Fofana, Chelsea center back. So we just had an 87 rated Chelsea center back, Badiashile, with very, very similar stats. 79 acceleration, 87 sprint speed. Like, sure, he looks very good. You know, very good defensively, like near 90s. Physicals look very good, but just he seems like he's not gonna catch up to people. I might be wrong because he's got decent dribbling too and decent like it's all right passing for a center back. 81 short passing, but he's got no vision. Like I don't know how to feel about this card, man. I don't know how to feel about this card. 6'2", medium high, lengthy, 95 sprint speed, but 87 acceleration. He's gonna be like an interesting one to try out. I feel like he's gonna feel like Badiashile. Badiashile, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, but he's gonna feel like the other French Chelsea center back, 87 rated. Now Chelsea, on the other hand, are suffering in the Premier League, and they're finding it really hard just to find a win somewhere. But the Europe Champions League and European football in general has a way of bringing people out and bringing teams out in a way that we just never see before. So, Anike, talk to me about Chelsea and what can we expect from them?
That's a very positive spin you put on that, but they just don't have anyone to score goals for them. There's been an issue for them for a long, long time, and even yesterday against Dortmund, they played pretty well in the second half, I'd say.
Yeah.
But Dortmund just had that clinical moment, and Chelsea did not. And I think that's probably going to cost them. Even if they get past Dortmund, I just don't. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 90% sure they're going to get out in the quarterfinals if they get past Dortmund. So I just do not see them as that sort of side that can go really far in this competition
Yeah.
simply for those frailties that they have going forward.
All right. Yeah, I don't have much hope for this card. We've dreamt for everybody, but I think it's a little bit hard to dream for Wesley Fofana right now.
Yeah, this
If they
team.
were to win against Dortmund, they'd get the first knockout game after campaign launch win. If they do a 1-0, go to pens, and they lose, he'll still get an upgrade, but I don't see him being very good in game. Alright. Did not realize we had an added progress. Alec, worth waiting for the SBC guy and see how much the match goes since it finishes day after the second leg. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, unless you want to play him in the weekend league, like right now, don't do Diaby's SBC until the game is over. do not do Diaby's SBC until the game against Monaco is well and truly over. Like, I cannot stress that enough. All right, since we did Chelsea, now we're going to move on to the Dortmund guy. We got Daniel Malen. He moved from Netherlands. I'm not sure which team he was in. I think he was in PSV, right?
Yes, yeah.
So he went from PSV to Dortmund. He's not had enough chances, I feel like, to truly show how good he can be, but he's got a road to the final card here, and Dortmund are looking hot in Europe right now. Karim the Dream Adeyemi is getting them the goal against Chelsea, and we're going to be seeing Daniel Malen's card in the Champions League knockout stages. He's got 95 acceleration, 91 sprint speed, decent shooting, 85 positioning, 85 finishing, 92 shot power. He's hitting all the thresholds. Passing's terrible, but he's a striker, so you need short passing and vision, which he has in decent amounts, like 84 curve too. Dribbling is very nice. Composure's low for a striker, but I think his dribbling might compensate for that a little bit. 89 heading, good strength, good stamina, good jumping, bad aggression. I haven't quite quantified what aggression does for an attacker, and I hope to do that, playing the game more. But overall, he looks like a very good card. Marksman, Hawk. Yeah, I'd go with a Hawk. His dribbling's good enough. His passing, you don't need much on him. Give him that pace boost, shooting boost, physical boost, +8 on the aggression. You give him a Hawk. That Malin looks really tasty. Medium's a little bit harsh on him, but he's got the flare trait and the outside foot shot trait alongside his 4-star, 4-star. He's rapid. He's 5'10". Like, he's got a lot of good things going for him, including Dortmund's form right now. So, talk to me. Talk to me about Borussia Dortmund.
I mean, Dortmund have been hot this in 2023. They won every single game. I think it was 6 or 7 wins in 2023, which is pretty good. And there is a but here. Even if they get past Chelsea, in my opinion, I feel quarterfinals. Again, it's very draw dependent for Dortmund. But if they get someone like a Milan or even a Spurs, I feel Dortmund are better placed than those two teams. The issue I have with Dortmund is, yes, they've been really good this year, but you never underestimate their ability to just shoot themselves in the foot. Just do something utterly stupid in big moments that kills them. But yeah, so far we haven't seen that. So you've on form, you probably say I'd say quarterfinal, maybe semifinal if they get a good draw, but nothing more than that. So you're looking at probably another.
So we could be looking at a 90 rated Daniel Malen with 3 new traits. Possibly, with how good he is right now. Like, yeah, I think BMO's right in the chat right now. He looks stupid good. He looks stupid good right now, and I hope Dortmund go far in the Champions League because I want to see this card get to a 90. I want to see that 90 rated Daniel Malen. I need it. All right. Let's move on to from one bottler to another serial bottler. Let's check out Lucas Moura. Nothing against him. He is fantastic and he is phenomenal. Everybody remembers his hat trick against that Ajax team in the Champions League semifinal to push them over the edge and get Spurs to their first Champions League final ever. And deservedly so. He has a card representing Spurs' chase to the final. 95 acceleration, 93 sprint speed. He's got very good shooting. 91 shot power, 85 finishing, 84 positioning. Passing's alright, 82 vision, 81 short pass. Like, for a wide player, that's actually pretty terrible passing. But I'm assuming we want to play him a little more centrally. He's got very good dribbling with 96 agility, 96 balance. He's 5'8", so he's going to be short and hopefully be a little light on the ball, 92 dribbling, 88 ball control, 85 composure as well. He's got good heading, decent physicals, but 66 strength. Ugh. If I was using this card, I would use nothing other than a Hawk, an Architect on him, because that balances his card out perfectly. His dribbling doesn't need touching, his pace doesn't need touching. Use an Architect on him. If you get this card and he doesn't play right for you, it's because of his strength. You give him that plus 15 strength and you watch how he plays just that tiny bit better that he needs to be phenomenal. Right? He's starting off as an 88, and I think that's because EA and the people assigning the values to these cards have an understanding that Spurs aren't in the best of positions right now. So let's go to Aniket and see how he feels about that. Aniket, talk to me, bro.
Yeah,
Tell me how you feel
they
about.
they weren't really good against Milan. They lost 1-0.
Yeah.
And again, I think in a similar way to Chelsea, I think that they're obviously a goal down. But again, best case scenario, even if they get through, you're looking at a +2, which would make this card filthy. But again, I just
Yeah,
don't
like a
see
90 rated Lucas Moura is going to be amazing.
unreal. But then I don't see anything beyond that. So yeah, I think that would be my consideration. I think Spurs would be probably the weakest or maybe the second weakest quarterfinalist if they get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not looking at anything more than a +2 in my opinion.
Even with a +2, man, he looks really good.
Yeah, that's
Like, he looks really, really good. Ideally, they win the game against Milan, but they lose on penalties or something like that. And he gets that +1. And an 89 rated Lucas Moura. Maybe they win and he gets a +2. Maybe they go to the semis and we see a 91 rated Lucas Moura with three more traits. What does he got right now for traits? Flair trait and team player. He looks good. He's explosive. He's fantastic. If you're using him, use him with an architect. Use him with an architect. Like, just do it. All right, moving further up, we have one of Aniket's favorite players in the world, one of my favorite players in my team. I did not expect to fall in love with him as much as I have. He's been crucial to our struggle and our victory in the Champions League last season, David Alaba. If there's anybody you would consider to be Champions League royalty, it's Real Madrid. Royal Madrid. They have 14 Champions League titles. That's more than the next 3 or 4 combined. They are a joke when it comes to the UEFA Champions League, and for good reason.
all right. Stop it.
They don't
Can
give up.
can we
No.
get going? Can we
Like,
get going with Alaba, please?
no. This is Royal Madrid we're talking about. They're a bit shaky at this part of the season, but we've got an Alaba card. Now, we had an 88 Rule Breakers Alaba that was very similar to this card. Very, very similar to this card. So looking at this card on the face of it, he's not very appealing to me, right? 83, like, if I haven't done the Rule Breakers, so, like, to me personally, he's very appealing, but as somebody in the community who may have had that Alaba as BC, I'm not looking at this like, ugh, I want him. Because 83, pace split, he doesn't have any alt positions. He has very good, dribbling for a center back, very good passing, decent shooting. He could very well just play CDM. Like, he could just be playing at CDM and be phenomenal. He's got 91 interceptions, 82 heading, 92 defensive awareness, and 89 and 88 for standing and sliding tackles. Good physicals, 82 aggression's a little bit low for me, but 88 strength. Like, give him a shadow. Or give him an anchor. He's lengthy with an anchor. Okay, I would give him an anchor. This looks like one of those really just get in your face, take the ball off you center backs, right? Like, he looks very good. And, like, I went down a little bit of a rant, a little bit of, like, gushing about the greatness of Real Madrid in the Champions League, right? And that's for a reason. Because this card could very well be part of the winning team this year. And I don't need to look at the table. I don't need to look at the form. I don't need to look who they're playing against. It doesn't matter what comes up against Real Madrid in the Champions League. They have shown that they have a knack to win it, right? So if Alaba and Real Madrid win the Champions League, he would be a +1, 2, 3, 4. He would be a 93 rated center back with 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, 3 new traits. He would be the best midfielder in the game, bar none. This center back card would be the best midfielder in the game. Like, mark my words. All right, I think I've spoken enough about Real Madrid from a fan's perspective. Go ahead and tell me, bring me down to ground a little bit. Give me the reality of it.
No, I do agree with everything you say. Form doesn't really matter for Real Madrid in the Champions League. But if you are a FIFA player, you probably have to think about it a little bit more rationally. And that is that they have Liverpool, which is basically two teams that have been a little bit out of form, haven't been at their best. Uh, and I think Real Madrid start favorites in that game. I think semi-final is a realistic expectation for them. Like you can even bank on
Mm-hmm.
it type of expectation for them. I
All
wouldn't say
right.
they could obviously win the Champions
Yeah.
League. Definitely they could win the Champions League, but you can't bank on it. You
Yeah.
can't buy this
You
card
can't bank on. You
thinking that
can't.
they're gonna
You
get them.
can't. You can't discount. You can't discount Real Madrid in the Champions League, but you can't bank on them winning the
Yeah,
Champions League. You
exactly.
know.
And you need to if you're gonna buy a card which has upgradable potential, you need to look at it from you know
Yeah.
from a more like rational perspective as opposed to what you
Mm-hmm.
want to see from the card eventually.
Yeah. And but like from what I'm seeing, even if rationally, semi-final exit is what we're looking at for David Alaba's card. I'd take that. That would justify this
I'll
1 million
probably a
coin
plus
price
thing.
tag. He looks like he's gonna be one of the better center backs.
Hmm.
But given the fact that we had that Ramos card for 700k, this seems like a little bit of a stretch.
He'll probably take him well into team of the season.
What?
I think Alaba. If you get Alaba and Real Madrid do well and get that 92, I think
Oh
he
yeah,
could.
he'll be in our team since team of the season.
Yeah, probably
Ratings
be
don't
in.
matter when it comes to certain stats in FIFA cards,
Yeah.
and one of those is defensive awareness, and he already has such high defensive awareness. His defensive awareness combined with his strength is phenomenal. I'm only worried about his aggression, which is low for a defender, but I feel like he could do well. All right, let's go from well, like we're gonna do Bobby Firmino now because I just have to. We just did Real Madrid. Let's do Real Madrid's opponents. We didn't do them quite in order. Roberto Firmino, Liverpool's lost star boy. I should say. Center forward striker, 91 rated Brazilian, Liverpool Prem links, 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, high work rates, right? 89 acceleration, 88 sprint speed, 87 shooting, with 93 positioning, 88 finishing, 87 shot power. He's got very good passing. Outside of long passing, but like 92 short passing, 90 curve, 90 vision, like he's looking phenomenal. Right? 94, like straight up 94s in every single in game dribbling stat is insane. For a central oriented player, that is insane. He's 5'11. His defending is terrible. Like, the less said about it, the better. But his physicals look so clean. I wouldn't touch his dribbling for now. I'd go for a hawk or an anchor or maybe a marksman. No, not marksman. Um, yeah, no, I go for a hawk. I'd go for a hawk. Get that aggression and get that strength boost, that jumping boost, that shooting boost, that pace boost. He looks so good. He just looks so good. Just the way that he is, he looks so good. But Liverpool are playing Real Madrid in the Champions League knockout stages, and Liverpool have not been having a good year. Take it away, Aniket.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Real Madrid would probably take care of Liverpool over the two legs. I think just Liverpool just haven't been. It's that Klopp seventh season syndrome again, which hasn't been working for them. And the only thing that kind of goes for Liverpool is that if they want to get into the Champions League next season, they've got to win the Champions League this season. That's their only way to do it. So you could see a lot more
Yeah.
emphasis given to the Champions League. But I genuinely think Real Madrid are a bit better than Liverpool right now, and I don't see this car improving that much. Probably 92, 93.
Yeah.
Not nothing more.
Ah. Yeah, he looks very good, but I don't think he's gonna get a lot of chance to be upgraded, and that's just what it is. Jackie Cheldstan, sad I've missed most of your stream talking about all the new cards. I'm gonna be uploading this as a video to YouTube, man. Go follow me on YouTube at NovelCon26, and I'll be clipping the whole conversation that we're having with Aniket right now, and we're gonna be putting it all on YouTube, and you guys can watch us there. Bimo, Firmino special cards are nice. They really are, man. They really are. And it could have been better. This defending could have been so much better than what they've given him. Like, he could have been better, but from what we've gotten so far, he seems to be the best of the lot. He genuinely, like, I haven't seen a card in here that I've liked more than that Firmino card. Like, other cards have potential to be good. Firmino, Alaba, like, they're good just the way they are. Talking about the good cards, let's go to the card that this guy has had a live card every single year for the last 3, 4 years. Leon Goretzka. Like, EA love to give him a live card, and he can play CM, he can play CDM, 3-star, 4-star, high medium. He's got 82 pace. He's got very good shooting, and he's got impeccable passing outside of curve, and he's got for his stature, for 6'2" and his body type, he's got decent dribbling. He's got 76 balance and 80 agility, but 90 reactions, 89 ball control, 87 dribbling. He's not going to turn, but the ball's going to stick to his foot. Right? Defending is impeccable, but they've nerfed him in defensive awareness. And this right here is the most important defensive stat. And so the fact that he has only 78 defensive awareness makes me very uncomfortable. Physicals are good, 91 strength, 90 stamina, 84 jumping, 86 aggression. Just something to get that defensive awareness up. There we go. Sentinel. Oh, but you need that boost, man. I give him an anchor, play him CDM. But 1.4 million for Leon Goretzka at a 90. He looks fantastic. He has no decent traits to talk about, 3-star skill moves. But as like a destroyer and a box-to-box midfielder, he looks very good. And Bayern are already 1-0 up in the first leg against PSG. And yeah. So, Monica, take it away. Bayern Munich. What do you got
Again,
for me?
again, try to make sure there's zero potential to jinx this. I think,
Uh-huh.
uh, not assuming, if they do go through against PSG, um, I think Bayern are one of the favorites for the Champions League because of how open it has been this year. I think Bayern, if they go on a run, which they're very capable of doing, uh, can beat a lot of these teams in Europe. As long as we don't come up against the deep block like we did against Villarreal last season,
Yeah.
we are pretty and we're a lot of fun to watch, and we do have a lot of quality. Um, so probably,
So, like, realistically, how far are
but
you
I think
putting
again, I think
Bayern Munich to
semi-final
go?
is a very like realistic expectation, and then beyond
All
that,
right.
a lot of it is luck and draw dependent as well.
All
So
right.
so yeah, I think
+3.
yeah, say a plus three.
Oh, +3 on this card. He looks so good. Yeah, so the 1.4 million on him is justified. He looks like a jacked up Lothar Matthäus to me. Excuse me. Yeah, a jacked up Lothar Matthäus to me. Like, his price tag is well deserved. His stats as a box to box midfielder are phenomenal. Make sure to boost that defensive awareness to like get the most out of him. But yeah, just he looks so solid, man. And Goretzka's life cards always have. Oh, I think I messed up the system that I had going. I need to set it up again. No worries about that. But yeah. All right. So I know the last card that we're going to be talking about, and it's going to be one of my favorite midfielders in the world right now, Nicolo Barella. And I was surprised that he didn't get a special card before now because in like not only do Inter play decently, Barella himself has got a lot of FIFA hype going for him. He's Hullet gang, 80s all across the board. He's got 82 pace, 83 acceleration, 81 sprint speed, 80 shooting. So not as good as Goretzka. He doesn't have the 3-star, 4-star. He's got high, so he's going to be running up and down the field a lot. He's got very good passing. 91 long passing, 92 short passing, 90 curve, 92 vision. He's got 87 overall dribbling and 93 agility balance, 91 reactions. He's 5'7", so he's going to be turning really quickly. 83 dribbling is odd for him, according like at least for me, that's a little bit odd. He's got 84 defensive awareness already. Defensively, he looks a little bit better than Goretzka. His strength lets him down though. 97 stamina, 87. So now I have to choose whether I want to boost his dribbling to make him just phenomenal, like give him that sticky foot syndrome, or boost his strength to make him like capable defensively, right? So right off the bat, give him an anchor, give him the +8 strength, and he looks just crazy good. but I want to use him box to box, so I'm gonna do something that I usually don't do and not recommend the physical boost. Instead, I'd give him an engine and 97 agility, 99 balance, 91 dribbling. Very good passing, decent shooting, good defending, good physicals, good pace, and yeah, he looks very good. He's not as good as the Goretzka, but then he's not as expensive as Goretzka either. And some of that might come down to Inter's chances in the knockout stages. So, Anike, take it away from here. What are Inter Milan doing for
Uh,
us
they
in
are
the Champions League?
they're playing Porto, which is it seems like a really open tie to me. Porto, the kind of team who just always make this sort of stage, the quarterfinals, the round of 16. So they have
All
that
right.
know-how that
Yeah.
Inter don't have. Inter's been a while since they've got to the round of 16, probably like 10 years, probably since Jose Mourinho's Inter actually. Uh,
Wow.
but
All right.
actually, round of 16 already is a big step for them. I would start them as favorites
Mm,
just over Porto, but I don't think they'd win the away leg at all. And the away leg is the first one. So he probably
mm.
won't get that first plus one. But even otherwise, even if they get to the quarterfinals, I just don't see them making it beyond that. So I'd say a plus one for Barella is the best expectation that you can hope for.
Wow. That's not a lot.
Yeah.
But
They have been playing better recently, but just it's just that if they come up, for example,
yeah.
against the Napoli or against the
Yeah.
Bayern or against even like a Dort, I would actually back Dortmund over Inter, for
I think there's a
example, if they
lot of
make it.
teams that we would back against Inter Milan at the time being. But given the links that he offers and the card that he is, I think 330k is fair for him. I think if someone packs him, you should be happy because if Inter like push through, if Fleck GFX is still in chat, like it's gonna be a very good card. All right, let's move on to. Oh, why did I do that again? My goodness. All right, I think that does cover every single RTTF card that we have so far. I'm sure we're going to be getting a few more in the mini release. I'm not sure if this is going to be a one team or a two team promo. But yeah, I think we've covered every RTTF card that we have so far. And a lot of these teams like look like they could go far, but you don't know where they're quite going to end up. And it's going to be interesting to see. Live cards are my favorite types of cards in FIFA, especially if they relate to real world activity, because then it gives us, because we already love football, but this gives us even more incentive to support teams and look at games that otherwise we wouldn't have cared about. And it's just phenomenal, and I love these promos, and I wish that they're going to add more players and more teams that are in the knockout stages so we can get more opportunities to get involved. And the only thing that I can take away from this is that Diaby, do not do this SBC until the game ends. I'm glad that it's out for 7 days. Wait, hold your fodder, hold your coins, just wait until the game's over. And if they win, 90k is more than worth for that 89 rated Diaby that would come from that. And yeah, thank you, Aniket, so much for dropping by and helping us talk through the road to the final cards. It's been a pleasure. Your expertise is very valued here. Guys, if you're if you're new here, drop us a follow and go check out SweeperKeperMN at SweeperKeperMN on Twitter. He has a lot of interesting takes on football, and generally he ends up being right about what he says. And give you the stage now, okay?
Very
Just
kind.
to
Thanks for having me. It's been great chatting to all of you, and yeah, I look forward to doing this soon.
all right. We'll see you later.
Ciao, ciao.
All right.